Katie, thank you. Ahead of the storm, Governor Greg Abbott signed a disaster declaration for 134 Texas counties. Here's a list of East Texas counties included in the declaration, which authorizes the use of all state resources. Today, the governor said while the state power grid is ready for this storm, local power outages are still possible.
The ERCOT grid has never been stronger, never been more prepared, and is fully capable of handling this winter storm.
In a news conference, the governor emphasized changes made since the winter storm of 2021. Changes the CEO of ERCOT says will ensure reliability.
We're not anticipating any shortfalls in power, and it's a very different type of storm than what we experienced 5 years ago when Uri came through.
ERCOT's latest forecast shows enough supply to meet demand, with the most narrow gap expected Monday morning when parts of Texas plunge into the single digits.
No concern about any loss of access to the natural gas to make sure power generators stay on.
And if they do lose access, more than 30 Texas power plants have fuel stored on site.
We have a historic amount of gas in our system. There will be adequate gas supply to fuel all of our gas units. We have no concern about gas availability during this event.
Roads will be dangerous, so staying off the roads is always the safest option.
Across the state and here in East Texas, TxDOT crews are out treating roads, focusing on major highways like I-20 and Highway 31. Their work will continue through the storm.
We expect to have, at peak operations over the next couple of days, about 5,000 personnel out working the state along with hundreds of vehicles and equipment.
Across the state, more than 280 warming centers have opened, with more expected. To find a warming center near you, just scan the QR code on screen or click on the big red box at kltv.com.